The MCU's first villain is making their 20-year return, plus a new Daredevil trailer and Star Wars Skeleton Crew. That's right, all that and more, because this is your movie morning news update for Wednesday, January 15th. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. It's just getting started. If you're watching this as it first airs, there's a high chance that you've already seen the Daredevil trailer. I have not, and I'm very jealous of you. So, kudos. Just enjoying a nice sip of coffee before we get rolling. It's a great cup. If you like it, you should get that in the shop. Moving on. First story, everybody. Farron Tahir, apologies if I mispronounced that, to reprise Iron Man role in Marvel's Vision series for Disney+. So this one kind of hit late last night. Surprising. I was surprised to see this. I thought he died in the show, in the movie. Definitely not real life. I wasn't thinking that. But I could have swore like when Tony, he like held the thing up and he killed him. That's what I thought. But I guess that's not what happened. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch Iron Man for like the 75th time again. Oh, well, there are worse things that could happen. So this comes to us from Rosie Cordero over at Deadline. An exclusive. Farron Tahir will appear in the Paul Bettany-led series Vision Quest, a WandaVision spin-off series for Disney+. Sources confirmed to Deadline. Tahir will reprise the role of the villainous Raza, leader of the terrorist organization The Ten Rings, who tried to kill Tony Stark in Iron Man. Details are scarce on the new project, but as we previously reported, the Marvel Vision spinoff has been in development at Disney Plus since 2022 and was picked up to series in May. It is believed to be centered on Vision as he tries to regain his memory and humanity. After Thanos killed him in 2018's Avengers Infinity War, Vision returned in 2021's WandaVision. Ship of Theseus and all that stuff. In addition to Bettany returning to the role, he has played in 3 Marvel films and in WandaVision. James Spader will also reprise his role of Ultron. Todd Stashwick will also appear in an undisclosed role. I'm not really sure who that is, to be completely honest. Star Trek Picard EP Terry Matalas will serve as showrunner on the new series. Talks about Tahir's credits, and so that's basically the whole story. I'm intrigued by this. I guess we're going to tie back into the fact that Vision started off as Jarvis, I guess, which is interesting. Not where, I know Ultron was coming back, but Ultron and Vision, especially in the MCU, very much tied to each other. So I get bringing Ultron back. But to tie it all the way back to, the Paul Bettany's original role as Jarvis, that's interesting. I'm assuming anyway. Obviously, it could have nothing to do with that. But why would you bring back the Iron Man 1 villain? Especially tied to the Ten Rings, which has been redone and updated to mean something totally different than what we thought in the original run of the Iron Man movies. It's a complicated can of worms to open unless you have a really good reason. And I feel like tying it all the way back to Jarvis would be that really good reason. But let me know what you think. I'm very curious to get some other opinions on this, because I could see it going multiple ways. It's interesting though. I wonder if we'll be getting almost like everybody has their own that was weird. The dude just got off. If everybody has their own, Jarvis type situation, kind of almost like Armor Wars. If it's something like that, and the Ten Rings has their own, well, not Ten Rings, but Raza or whatever group he's actually with. Or was he actually with the Ten Rings? See, now I'm confused. Because, in Iron Man 3, it was implied that all the Ten Rings stuff we had seen was not actually a part, was actually a part of this bigger thing. But of course, then in Shang-Chi, we see the 10 rings and the Mandarin are totally different. So is Raza actually tied to the Shang-Chi 10 rings? See, now that's a lot. That's a lot. That's very confusing. But I'm intrigued by it. Again, I'm definitely interested in this. I'm way more intrigued by this Vision Quest series than I thought I would be. Like, the whole White Vision thing at the end of WandaVision just didn't really grab me that much. There was a lot of things about that ending that I didn't like that much. But the more I hear about this, especially like James Spader coming back, like, this could be really interesting. This could be a really interesting series. Again, let me know in the comments. Super curious what your all's thoughts are. What's your theories going into this? But speaking of confusing, let's talk about another confusing show. So, Severance is almost back, baby. That's right. Very excited. Severance, of course, my favorite show of the year it came out, which was, I believe, 1904. 121 years ago at this point is when it was first released. That's a joke. But no, obviously it's coming back this Friday. Very excited. But leading up to the premiere, the cast of Severance actually did something pretty ridiculous, which I love. The Severance cast brings Lumen offices to Grand Central Station. So this comes from Zoe Phillips over at The Hollywood Reporter, with additional reporting brought to us by Ben Stiller. But we'll touch on that here in just a second. Adam Scott, Britt Lower, and Zach Cherry all appeared as their Severance characters for the pop-up. Ben Stiller was on hand for pictures. Let's see here. All appeared as their Severance characters for the pop art. The Lumen offices appear to have moved to New York City, leading stars of Apple TV's Severance appeared for a bit of performance art at the Big Apple's Grand Central Station on Tuesday. Let's see, they all appeared as their Severance characters for the event, with producer-director Ben Stiller on hand to take pictures. The pop-up featured a real-life cubicle from the iconic office space of Apple's show, which returns with Season 2 this Friday. Again, very excited. Don't let the crickets confuse you. I'm actually very excited. The actors passed the time cleaning the office's carpets and working on their characters' mysterious computers for the performance, which appeared to have lasted several minutes. Stiller posted several images from the scene to social media, writing, "Grand Central right now. Season 2 of Severance will premiere on Friday, nearly 2 years after the 2022 Season 1. Season 1 ended on a cliffhanger, which I'm not going to spoil just in case nobody's watched that yet. And then, it just talks a little bit more about the show, which is fantastic, but I'm actually going to cut to the video provided by old Ben Stiller. Got this over on Blue Sky. I believe this is Ben Stiller's official Blue Sky page. But it may be one of those where they're just reposting things on behalf of Ben Stiller. I don't know. But this is Ben Stiller's video. What's funny is in the back, you can actually hear somebody talking to him about Zoolander, which is just wonderful. This is awesome. Like, completely unnecessary to get any of these people in here, but wonderful nonetheless. I mean, Severance is just such a phenomenal show. And like, I don't need pop-up, things like this to get me excited for Season 2. But like, this endears me to the actors and the creators and all of that, that they'd be willing to do something like this. Like, it's just so, I don't know. I love stuff like this. Are you excited for Severance Season 2? Listen, I have not been more amped, more anxiety ridden from a TV show than I was the last 30 seconds of Season 1. All right. I mean, I literally jumped to my feet and was like, come on! Just, oh my God. So intense. They've released the first, I think, 9 minutes of the first episode of Season 2. I've not watched it. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I saw the trailer. That's plenty. I didn't even need to see the trailer. I was sold from, 2022. All right. This show is just phenomenal. And like, there's so much crap I don't like. What do they even do? Why is there like some weird like religious cult side to all of this? Like, it's great. I love the show. It tickles that weird part of my brain, that Lost used to tickle. I love crap like this, man. And I'm so excited to get back into it. Again, this drops on Friday. Go check out Ben Stiller's video if you're listening to the audio version. And just look at these pictures of the cast over at Grand Central Station. It's fantastic. I love it. Props to Apple for giving a crap and making stuff like this happen. This is great. I want more stuff like this. Get Harrison Ford to sit on a couch and do like some psychiatry for somebody. That was terrible. I'm sorry. I thought when I started off that statement, I was like, oh, this will be fun. I'll say something here. I'll have something to say by the time I finish saying this sentence. And I didn't. So, there you go. Speaking of things that are already out, segue. A couple of quick hits for you. So, the finale of Star Wars Skeleton Crew has officially been released. It is available on Disney Plus, so you can watch the entire Skeleton Crew if you're not a Star Wars fan. This show is a great show to get into if you have no idea about Star Wars lore. It's very light on Star Wars lore. Obviously, there are some things tied to Star Wars that do help you understand things a little bit more, but if you're a fan of like the Goonies, E.T., stuff like that, just that classic like 80s Spielbergian top stuff, this show's fantastic and very much right in that vein. John Watts, I believe is his name, of the Spider-Man 3 or of the Spider-Man Home trilogy, worked on the show. I think directed, created, produced. I don't know, but anyway, it's fantastic. Highly suggest it. I have not watched the season finale just yet. We're actually going to watch it tonight after work, so I'm very excited to dive into that. Another thing we're going to watch tonight after work is the Daredevil trailer for Daredevil Born Again. It apparently releases at 7 a.m. Pacific time today, so that would be 10 a.m. So if you're watching this or listening to it as soon as it drops, then the trailer's not out yet. But if you're picking it up a little bit later in the day, you've probably seen this trailer, and much like the Superman trailer, I'm very jealous of you right now. I just want to see everything. I still need to finish season 3. Never even finished season 3 of Daredevil. We got like 2 episodes in, and I was just like, gotta do something else. Didn't even watch The Punisher. Didn't finish Jessica Jones. Like we watched The Defenders, and then we started season 3 of Daredevil, and just kind of dropped off. I need to watch it. Hopefully it's one of those that if I don't watch it, I'll still be able to enjoy it, kind of like the X-Men animated series. Like I didn't watch that, and then I watched X-Men 97. I was still able to put it all together. So hopefully this Daredevil Born Again. If you like the trailer, if you watched it, drop a comment. Put in like 18 devil emojis just so I can be like, see, those are the real ones. They watched the whole thing. Appreciate it. That's it. I thought there was another story, but that's it. That is everything that we have for you today. Kind of in and out quickly. But hey, that's what we do here at the Movie Mornings news updates. So be sure you are subscribed to the podcast feed if you're listening. Be sure and hit the like button. That way YouTube will be sure and recommend future episodes as we touch on more Marvel and Star Wars and DC and just all around nerdy news in the movies and TV shows that you need to know about. Every day, right here. Hopefully Awesome. YouTube.com/hopefully awesome. But that's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks again for hanging out. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day today. And as always, have a hopefully awesome day. Goodbye.